What's good, everybody? This is Saber594. I'm going to be showing you guys my deck list for the Raging Bolt Claydol deck. It should be very similar, not identical, but pretty similar skeleton to all of the other versions, like my last version with Groudon, I guess, from Paradox Rift. Were you from Paradox Rift? Yeah. Just very, very similar. You can't run supporters. There's a set amount of energies you want to run, and then you want to max out on all your item-based draw, trainers, items, balls. Now, the difference with the Groudon, of course, is that we get this main attacker, Raging Bolt EX, which is basically the Giraffe Raikou, is how I call it. And this card is really, really good. 240 HP is good for a basic EX. It doesn't have a weakness being a dragon Pokemon. The retreat is pretty big, but I guess they did have to give it something to just balance it out. Burst Roar can be useful, just discarding your hand and drawing 6, especially in this deck where we value consistency very much. If you have to play second or if you can't do much, you can just use this as you pass your turn instead of doing completely nothing and drawing. It's just very, very handy in a deck like this. And then the main attraction, Bellow and Thunder. It's our discard energy attack, unlimited ceiling, discard enough energies. You can get a 1-hit KO on anything. 70 damage timer. So basically, if you discard 4, you can do 280. If you discard 5, you do 350. You kill even stage 2 EXs. And that's wonderful. Now, the other benefit of it compared to other similar cards like Ultra Necrozma GX, was that how it was called? I think so. The Necrozma, the Golden Necrozma GX, I guess, from Forbidden Light. Compared to that card, compared to Rayquaza GX, Rayquaza X, where you discard one type, but then you keep the rest. This, you can actually discard everything, and you can discard energies on your bench Pokemon too. So it's flexible in that regard, but it also means that if you want to go all out, you can even discard the Lightning and just get extra damage. Rayquaza X couldn't do that, and that just makes a pretty big difference. It makes it very easy for this guy to get 1-hit KOs. And especially when you know that you're going to die, that lightning energy, if you're going to keep it there, it wouldn't matter. So you discard it, and along with the fighting energies, you're going to be able to get some 1-hit KOs very easily. So this guy's very good. Run 3, but we still got some of the other, I guess, classic Groudon Claydol deck Pokemon, the Groudon and the Terrakion. These are just good, obviously, easily powered up with Claydol, and they're regular Pokemon too. Claydol with Cavern Tackle is gonna make ourselves invincible next turn. Boss's Orders or other catcher cards play around it, but it is what it is. This guy, he's a heavy-duty attacker too. Discard a bunch of fighting energies or even the lightning energy, and you can max out at 240. Pretty good. Regular attacker. I thought I'd put this as opposed to Tinglu because Tinglu needs precisely 3 fighting energies, even though he doesn't discard. And this guy, he can use like the third of whatever energy, and if we had got to use a lightning energy on, at least it's compatible. Okay, and then everything else is just as you would expect. You max out the Claydols and Baltoy. This is our energy acceleration Pokemon, of course. You can grab a fighting energy from the discard pile, attach it to one of your Pokemon. Works on the active too, which is great, but the downside is we can't run any supporters in this deck. Otherwise, we can't use this guy, really. Max out the Baltoy here with Find a Friend. I believe the other one that I was using rotated out, or I think, I'm not quite sure, but I decided, hey, I'm gonna max this out. Oh no, I remember actually. It's because of Buddy Pofin. I thought it was you get 60 HP Pokemon, but it's actually 70. But I put this guy in anyway, and then I decided I'm keeping you in. Find a Friend could be something, I guess, if you have to open with this guy. The 50 HP is absolutely terrible, though. It's terrible, but anyway. And the Bibaro line, very important as always. Our only way to just draw a lot of cards without using a supporter. So 2 of this and then 2 of the Bidoof. Standard stuff. this one that has bench protection too. Okay. Did I forget anything? Oh, the Radiant Pokemon. Greninja, typical stuff. If you're really that desperate, you play this to draw, but most of the time I don't want to have this guy down, to be honest, because it just burns a bench space. You know, I want to have my 3 Claydols, I want to have the barrel, and I want to have 2 attackers. So if you got this guy down, it's sort of wasting space. But sometimes it's important. We got 30 trainers. We got some of the usual stuff. Like I've said, the new card here is Buddy Buddy Pofin. It basically replaces Level Ball in this deck. But it's going to let us grab 2 small Pokemon, which is a big deal. Makes the deck a lot more consistent. Do the triple Nest Ball and then max out the Ultra Bolt Discord Outlet. And one of the best ways to get the barrel super quick. We need that guy for sure. For otherwise, this deck is going to brick. And then ace pick of choice is the Master Ball 2 using the good old Plasma Blast Master Ball. Now, I did actually craft the catcher, the ace pick catcher. I don't even remember the name, but the one that's Guzma basically. But I think I still want to have this in as another way to get the barrel. Just something that is a consistency card basically. It can grab evolution Pokemon. I don't know, maybe Ultra Ball is enough. Maybe I'm going overkill with this, but I put this in. I've had this in, and then after a bunch of matches, I crafted the catcher. So I'm keeping it in for now. You can use any other ace pick of your choice if you prefer something else. But it is a bit, you know, risky in the sense that I don't have any ways to pull in this deck. Even the other versions, we had like Pokemon catchers and counter catchers. But because I'm really getting 1-hit KOs with this guy as opposed to just attacking, doing a lot of damage and things are living with Groudon and this guy, I don't like counter catcher too much. And you know, for Pokemon catcher, I had to drop those cards for the Ancient Booster Energy Capsule to make this guy have 300 HP, and that just makes him incredibly good. You know, 300 HP Pokemon, that's a basic. If you can make 2 big attacks with this guy as he's surviving, it's huge. So that's why I don't have the space. And I even have 1 less or 1 fewer stadium too. Replacing the Path to the Peak with Temple of Sinnoh, just something that doesn't affect us. And that's it. I mean, if anybody plays Special Energies, it's going to stop that. But it's just here as a counter stadium. And the Earthen Vessel too. Do 3. I'm pretty sure in my previous deck, like Groudon, I did 2, but I'm doing 3 in this case. Just because we need some more specific energies. In this case, we gotta have the Lightning too for Raikou. So just doing 3. I mean, 2 should be enough still, but I'm doing 3 as opposed to another stadium because this isn't as good as Path to the Peak. I mean, I just have it as a counter stadium, but it honestly isn't gonna put in work like Path to the Peak. So might as well just have something else that's probably more useful. And then max out the trekking shoes and max out the gutsy pickaxe. Of course, item-based draw. Very important and very good in this deck since we don't run supporters. This is the next best thing basically. Well, besides the barrel. And then my double switch can be important in this deck with big retreat Pokemon. Even though we got energy acceleration, sometimes it's pretty good. So you can save the energies. And you know, the super rod for recovery. That's it. Can't use Miriam in this deck. And I don't believe I forgot anything. I mean, it's just as you see it. And then the energies, we got 3 lightning energies for the Raikou, and then 9 fighting energies for everybody basically. And this is the damn deck, guys. Once again, very similar to all the other Claydol variant versions that I've shown. I like this card, you know, even though it has those drawbacks, you can't use supporter. I've found success with this deck. I've made it work. I showcased a lot of matches on the channel. You guys can see how it works. And I mean, you guys have already seen. I posted a bunch of matches with this guy too, so it can work. It's a nice little rogue tier 3, tier 2 deck maybe, who knows. Okay, that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. If you wanted the list, now you know it. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, share the video with your friends, and I'll see you guys next time. What